Hey, good morning. I'm not sick, I just started streaming.
You pick me up when the sun is going down and there's nobody around. When I'm lost, you got me found. You pick me up when the sun is going down and there's nobody around. When I'm lost, you got me found.
Okay, I think I fixed it.
When the sun is going down and there's nobody around. When I'm lost, you got me found. Pick me up when the sun is going down and there's nobody around. When I'm lost, you got me found. Pick me up.
It should be fixed now, and you should be able to see me as well as hear me, as well as curse me and anything else. Whenever OBS receives an update, my whole setup gets fucked. I don't know what happens. Like every time OBS upgrades, my settings just seem to that guy curses at anyone. I don't know what his problem is, but he's very violent in language. Is he like that on Mercury as well? Do you talk to him on Mercury? Oh my god. Does he have mental issues? Maybe we should ask him. Hey dude, do you have any mental issues? See what he says. Maybe he does have some. You mean you prefer someone that insults you over someone that says the truth about you? Because that's the truth. Like, you did that shit. Not like... Can you imagine the kind of items that you would have had? Seriously now, like, jokes aside, you could have had a fucking kick-ass set by now. Well, he's repeating it every day because you seem to be going back to the same routine, like you kind of try your luck with chaos items most of the time. Maybe that's his way of convincing you to do something else. Yeah, but that's a start, right? You start with one and then get more. And I'm thinking that maybe that's his way of persuading you to stop upgrading chaos items. Well, it's still better than nothing. It's something. I'm not saying it's much, but it's something. Just get a lot of items, just because with more items you will make alls easier. Just look at this fucking drop event. If I had a lot of damage like Tyr, I could have had billions per day.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I wanna spend some time with you.
The point is, as you get more items and more damage, you make money much easier. So if at any point you would have Tyr's items, can you imagine how much gold you'd be making? So you could be upgrading chaos items for the rest of your life. Just get some items first. Items that would allow you to get those chaos cores by yourself. Like, nobody says that you shouldn't upgrade chaos items if that's what you want to do in Cabal. If that's how you get your kicks, go for it, but just do it after you get items. I mean, set first, and anything else that you wish to do comes second. But your set comes first always, just because it's much easier. I'm looking at my own character and I feel like I need a lot more damage just to be able to produce a lot more things in Cabal. Because it's not fun farming Sienna 1 and Hippolyte of the Dead B2F is not fun. If I could do solo FT2s or something, that would be different. You would see me doing FT2s all day long. Can you imagine how many items I would get? So it's definitely important to be able to do high level dungeons, whether alone or with someone else. It's important. Especially like I'm doing now, because I'm asking for dungeons in guild and people are mostly AFK or something. Dude, I love FT2. I've done a shit ton of Sienna 1. I would much rather have done 500 runs of FT2 instead of Sienna 1. Seriously. If you think about it like that, there are only 5 or 6 dungeons in Cabal that are worth doing, so eventually you get bored of all of them. But that's the thing, like, I never get bored of dungeons. So I can do 200, 500, 1000, 5000 runs, I don't give a fuck. But like this, being able to do only one of those 6, it's not fun. So normally you do Sienna 1 for Prideus, Sienna 2 for Sienna pieces for bracelets, FT2 for ring and for a lot of other things. Maybe awakened dungeons for rings of luck and shit. And EOD 3 and possibly reverse dungeons. Like, there's not that many dungeons that you have to do. And don't get me wrong, like, I like Sienna 1, but how many Sienna 1s can you do before you go nuts? I'm gonna gather 300 pieces and then I'm not gonna do it again. Yeah, exactly. But to get to those reverse dungeons, you need items. And I need items as well, because I'm looking at my character and I'm probably the weakest level 200. Oh, come on, it's not like that. It's not that bad. And you have to start somewhere, right? But if you never get into a position from which you can do stuff like EOD 3 and such, you will never be able to get money. And it's fucking frustrating because we should have had items by now. You know, developers assume that most of the community has been running full episode 15 items, which is not the case. So we need to find a way to close the gap as soon as possible. Just because we were supposed to have better items than what we have right now. You need to compress time and space.
Me, baby, I'm right here. I really wanna kiss them lips, darling. Let me be the one you call when you need someone to do you right. Hold up, wait a minute, what you got a man? Where is he at? I don't know. Funky mode, just hold up, wait a minute, what you got a man?
Right now I wish I could log in game and do 20 EOD 3 runs. 20, 50, 60, I don't care. I just wish I could do higher level dungeons. Like FT2 duo. Like, I love going duo in dungeons instead of going with a lot of people. So if I could just find a blader to go with me in all places, that would be amazing. And unfortunately I had that on Mercury, but I came here and now I don't have someone to dungeon with. Because I'm not into those 5-man dungeons. Even if I know you drop a lot more and it's overall better to go with more people, I still don't like going. So I would much rather go with 1 or 2 guys all the time than form full parties of people. And I think that's what you need to do as well. You need to find a wizard on Mercury that will go with you in all dungeons all the time and just play at the same time as you, want the same things as you. Otherwise you're confined to soloing all the time, and I fucking hate soloing, but I have to do it because nobody wants to run dungeons with me. Not the dungeons that I need. Right now I'm doing Sienna 1s because I need the pieces anyway, and I need 300 or so. But after I get them, there's gonna be no incentive for me to visit Sienna 1 anymore, so I hope that by that time I'll be able to do some other dungeons as well. Because right now this is like the highest dungeon that I can solo in 10 minutes. And it's fucking depressing. Other people solo FT2 in 5 minutes. So I need to get to that level quickly. And by quickly I mean 6 months. Because if I want to keep crafting right now, I was looking at Thier's crafting success and such, and I need a lot of billions of alls to be able to craft on that level. Because if you don't have billions, there's not much you can do. So I need items to continue crafting. That's why I stopped, and I'm increasing my set now. Just because I'm pretty much stuck. Like, I have no other choice but to get my set in place. I mean, my guildmates help me as much as possible, and they want to... Nah. It's much easier in Cabal. You need another guy to play with you. And I think that the best way to play Cabal right now is in pairs of 2 or 3. It's easier if it's in pairs of 2. Because of the nature of the game, I think it's easier to just play it as 2-man party. But it's really not that difficult. You just have to find someone. And nobody said you need a perfect set, because getting to 85% or 90% of your perfect set is easy. It's not that difficult. Getting the last 5 or 10% of perfection is what kills you. Getting to a decent level of performance or damage is not that difficult, you know. Getting perfect items, maybe. But then again, I don't want 744 Palladiums, I just need 44 Palladiums, and those are achievable. So I'm not even going for perfect items, I just want something that's close to it. So that I can keep crafting like crazy. Yeah, but think about it, if they give us an event, a scroll event right now, you wouldn't be able to get any good scrolls. Because you probably would have to kill, I don't know how many people or how many mobs. So it gets harder and harder, you just need a lot of damage to participate in these events. Well, there's no way you're gonna get them. How many +7 items did you break lately? Because I didn't break any. And I don't think I will anyway. No, but I mean breaking them to potentially get amp scrolls from 7+. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons why we don't get enough scrolls. nobody's gonna break those items. Imagine how much cores would cost if everyone would upgrade all items to +7 and then break them. Just to get amp scrolls. And this could fucking work. If you have a whole guild farming these 500 upgrade cores required, and someone would just upgrade to +7 and then break them, you could actually get a lot of cores, a lot of scrolls. Over the course of 1 year, maybe, which is definitely more than you get from events. If you think of a larger scale, instead of a single guy. I think they're gonna give us an experience event pretty soon, so you should probably think about leveling to 200. So maybe it would be a wise idea to start gathering money for those XP services and just get to fucking 200 already, and then see what happens next. Because God knows when we're gonna get another XP event. Seriously, I mean, the game changes after 200. Because overlord levels matter, and because merit mastery matters, and because you need level 200. Fucking bracelet, man. So close. Like, you need it. You actually need it. It's not one of those nice to have things. 200 is actually mandatory if you try to do anything right now in the game. I'll have to wait and see. I hope my experience will be different with red osmium. But just in case, I also have a lot of sig metal just waiting. And honestly, I've seen a lot of failing on 6000 on osmiums. And if that doesn't change past 7000, I think osmium is gonna be a huge milestone for us to get over. Because I was amazed by how much you fail on 6000, and I was actually considering doing something else other than osmiums, but I thought that if osmiums drop in success that much, maybe they have lower chances of succeeding overall because they have higher enchant options, you know, compared to Shadow Titanium. So maybe because Shadow Titanium stops at 5% amp, maybe it has higher chances of succeeding. And once you get to osmium, which has the potential to become endgame item, maybe things change, I don't know. But I was shocked. At first I was like, I felt like I had no crafting experience whatsoever. I don't know, man. I'm gonna use up as much as I have, both red osmiums and sig metal. I'm gonna write down all these observations, like you're gonna fail a lot of osmium crafts on 6000, on 9000 you might be better off doing sig metal. I'm gonna write all of these down just so people know what to do in case they stumble upon the same problems. Right now all I know is that you need a lot of fucking patience with osmiums, because it starts off so slow and then you somehow need to craft 20 or 40 items at the same time. I had moments when I did perfect crafts with 2 slot on 6000, and then I had moments when I failed 25 items in a row on 6000 again. So I was like, this is unpredictable. There's a huge difference. I mean, perfect craft, great sword, and then 25 helmet fails. And I've been trying to find differences between different types of crafts. Like initially I thought thunder discs, thunder crafts would be more successful than earth ones, than defense ones, but that's not the case. Just like it's not the case with holy discs and dark discs. It doesn't matter if you go for critical rate or critical damage, you pretty much fail in the same way with both. So I honestly don't think there's any difference between those, but it's worth trying at least. But still, like, it's an insane fail rate. As soon as you reach osmium, you start wasting a lot of materials. And I don't see why they would want you to craft red osmium, because from an efficiency point of view, you should still be doing red osmiums on 9000, just because potentially you get more experience per energy spent. But if you somehow fail more items on red osmium grade than you do on sig metal, then sig metal becomes more efficient from an experience point of view, not from an energy point of view. So I guess eventually you just have to look at how much you get done within a day, and if it's more experience than red osmiums, then I guess you're safe to switch. Even if overall sig metal might give you less experience per energy cost, so you get to craft less items, at least you know you don't fail that much. But to be honest, I've seen people that were on mithril crafting and then it switched to 7000 when the whole system changed. And I don't think that you will be successful if you do mithrils on 7000 right now. I don't think you'll be successful. So that was a joke. So I don't know what to believe right now. My statistics tell me something else, and the game is contradicting what I'm finding out. I'm pretty sure that because of the fact that you can use a slot extender high on sig metal, I do believe that highest items have lower chances of success. But even with a perfect craft, you can still have great results, because you can have an 11 amp glove or suit and fill it with max crit rate and you still have a decent suit. So it's not 26 amp and 3 max crit rate, but you still have 11 and 3, 11 and 2. So that's almost half of your end game set. And trust me, you get one slotted perfect crafts quite often. So with minimum investment, with a minimal investment in crafting, you can get 50% of your final set. And the thing is, you know, amp is nice and all, but you don't really need it. So you could be looking at a set which allows you to do high level dungeons and you have quite high stats from it, and you don't sacrifice that much damage. Maybe you lose 50 amp or 60 amp or something, which is, you know, it's a decent amount of damage, but it's nowhere near that amazing. So as long as you stick to 65 crit rate and 300 plus crit damage, I don't think losing 50 amp is that big of a deal. Maybe in higher level dungeons, when every little bit of damage counts, maybe that will make a difference. But until then, one slotted perfect craft armors at least are definitely usable. And you know that at least they help you get scrolls, because without armor scrolls, I don't think you'll be going past 10,000 power unless you get those scrolls. Because I was looking at people, and the guys that don't have double amp or triple amp armors tend to stick to 10,000 power or below. And eventually you can just craft your items and then wait for a set, wait for an event, and that's it. You just call it a day. You have your items ready, they're plus 20, they are all extended and such, and you just wait for the scrolls. And you only have to do it once, and if you have all those items prepared, you can even do it within a single event, like get 5 or 6 scrolls during a single event. I definitely see it being doable, especially if you have everything prepared and all items plus 20, all runes and shit. So maybe you just need an event to finalize your whole set, which you definitely get from crafting, because crafting gives you better items than drops.
you in the middle, yeah. You go to the bar, I'll be just fine. I already have a routine, but I don't want to wait until the time is right. I've been coming here since 18, but I don't want to wait until the lights are bright. Come on, baby, you know it's coming to the last chance dance. I need to get it alright. Come on, baby, you know it's coming to the last chance dance. And we can move it on tonight, 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 tonight.
Nice. 350.
If you wanna have a cigarette, I can come and meet you outside soon. We only have an hour left, and you know I love to dance alone too.
See, now's your chance to get 200.
Already have a routine, but I don't want to wait until the time is right. I've been coming here since 18, but I don't want to wait until the lights are bright. Come on, baby, you know it's coming to the last chance dance. I need to get it alright. Come on, baby, you know it's coming to the last chance dance. And we can move it on tonight, 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 tonight.
Your chance to invest in a good set. It's just like buying items, but instead of buying items, you
Come on, come on, baby.
get levels.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You know it's coming to the last chance dance. Come on, baby. You know it's coming to the last chance dance.
Nobody said you have to spend billions. Like, you could do it manually.
You know it's coming to the last chance dance. I need to get it alright. Come on, baby, you know it's coming to the last chance dance. And we can move it on tonight, tonight, tonight. And we can move it on tonight, tonight, Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
"22nd, that's Wednesday. 10 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 days. What the fuck kind of event is that? 12 days. In the middle of the fucking week, nonetheless. That's just wrong. That's what I need to become a partner. Good evening. Yeah, that's one of the an achievement. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see the page of achievements? Ah, okay. Yeah, because it's full of achievements and live elements. Yeah. But like you could check your own page, your own dashboard, and you can see those achievements in there. So it begins. There are 3 achievements. It begins, for which you have to explore your dashboard, update your stream title, update your game category and community, and start your first stream. That's it begins. Path to affiliate requires you to stream for 8 hours in the last 30 days, stream for 7 unique days in the last 30 days, reach 3 average viewers in the last 30 days, and reach 50 followers. So I got that, path to affiliate, and now path to partner requires me to stream 25 hours in 1 month, which I did, stream for 12 unique days in 1 month, which I did, and now I need to get 75 average viewers in a month. And right now I'm on 13% of that, and I'm close to unlocking other achievements as well. I'm close to 500 hours of streaming. I'm close to having 50 viewers. Yeah, I know it will be hard. I'm just saying that it's my next step. I don't have a choice, like I have to do it. If I want to get to a partner status, I have to do it. And it's easy. If I switch the game right now and if I start streaming League of Legends or something else, I will definitely get it, and then I can go back to Cabal Online. Because playing Cabal is not the right way to grow your community on Twitch. Dude, I'm not gonna do impressions. Seriously, like, first of all, I don't have opinions on every fucking thing that happens on the internet, and if I do, I'm not gonna make a video out of, hey, this is what I fucking think. I'm trying to find interesting things to share with people. I don't know how interested people would be, of my points of view. Someone's wrong on the internet, so fucking what? Nobody cares. Or at least nobody should care. An investment program is different from sharing your opinion over the internet, and I think we can both agree that investment programs are way superior than sharing your fucking opinion on the internet, especially when you are a nobody. They sound exactly the same, but it's different. I mean, there's one thing to invest in something, and there's another one to just assume people would want to listen to your opinion. Like, there are three things that have to happen. First of all, you need to be aware of everything that happens on the internet, or at least in that domain. Second of all, you need to have a pertinent opinion, and to be someone in that field of activity. And third of all, your followers have to be interested in that fucking topic. So you have to be someone whose opinions matter, you have to have followers that are interested in that topic, and you have to be up to date with everything that happens regarding that topic. And I'm neither of those. Like, my opinion doesn't matter. Oh, come on. But that doesn't make it useful. Just because I look at some pictures and I say if I like them or not doesn't make it, wow, this is an interesting topic that I should follow. You know? It's just some random guy saying random shit about a random photo. Yeah, but if I want to be entertaining, I'm just gonna start my own clowning channel.
Did your husband have any previous history? Was they fooling around? One more question.
Right now I'm just interested in building a community of people and seeing how they think, and it's a social experiment for me more than anything else with the streaming and such, because I'm trying to understand communities and players. So it's not so much that I want to be famous on the internet, I just hope to get into the heads of people playing PC games. And maybe have some interesting topics every now and then about stuff that they would like to see. It's not about analyzing you, it's about noticing trends, observing differences, you know, finding out how people think. Or at least not necessarily how they think, but what's their opinion on a specific topic. And I know Cabal might not be the best game to do it, but I'm still hoping we can have some interesting discussion points, not necessarily related to Cabal, but maybe to other games. I don't think hardcore PC gamers go for Cabal, to be honest. I mean, I have more chances of doing that with World of Warcraft or any other MMO. Air? What's that? second, I need to kill this. I know they were working on an MMO, but I've never seen it, so I'm just gonna click on that as soon as I kill this shit. See. 10 FPS MMO reveal trailer. You know, maybe. Maybe it becomes interesting. But those aren't new elements. I don't see why they would succeed where everyone else has failed. It sounds like a Guild Wars 2 plus Life is Feudal plus... I mean, Guild Wars has cooking, World of Warcraft has fishing, Hearthstone has alchemy, crafting is in every MMO. House building is in Life is Feudal. I don't know what to say. Well, it even has house building somehow. It's a form of house building. Maybe they steal a portion of MMO players from other games. Just maybe. But eventually people go back to their own MMOs. I mean, they try all MMOs, but eventually they settle down to a single one, depending on preferences. And I don't think a lot of people will settle down for this one. Maybe they play it for a couple of weeks or so, but then they go back to their own That's just trailer post-processing, don't think about it. Trailer post-processing always slows down PCs and shit. It's not gonna be like that. Because it's a trailer and most of the time it runs at lower speed, they tend to add as much post-processing as possible on particles and everything just to make it more appealing. But a shooter is a shooter, an MMO is different. MMOs don't follow the same principles as shooters, you know? In an MMO you invest a lot of time, so it's a long-term investment which has to be worth it. Like, I don't mind spending 15 minutes in fucking PUBG and then resetting my progress for a new round of games. But when it comes to MMOs, I choose carefully just because it's gonna be a long time investment and I can go back to starting a new session if I fail. So I have to pick properly. Like, I have to do a healthy pick, a solid pick. I didn't choose Cabal. I just had to find something to play. After I stopped playing Diablo 2, I needed a rebounds game, and this was my rebound MMO. It's not like I looked at the fucking I didn't look at the offer and said, yeah, I'm gonna play Cabal, you know. I just wanted something to waste a bit of time until I realized what I plan on doing after Diablo 2. And somehow I just ended up staying a lot more than I would have wanted, and then it became a long time investment. And before I knew it, it had caught me with the grind style. I never knew that this type of grind would fit my need. But I didn't look for Cabal specifically. I just wanted any game that would keep my mind away from Diablo. And it did. For a year or so, I wasn't serious about Cabal, so I was just fucking around. And eventually I started learning the mechanics of the game, and I realized that the game is much more complex than it seems. And that's what drew me to it, but it's not necessarily because the game is so great. It has something which keeps me engaged. Probably it's because I do the same thing in the same way, so in a way it helps my OCD because I'm doing the same thing at the same time in the same way. I just get better and better at it, or faster and faster because I don't think so. I can always throw 1,000 euros at the fucking game and just get my items. But it's not about getting items, it's about dropping items. Because I can always get my items immediately. 5,000, 6,000, it's not an issue. You know, I can do it. The thing is, I would much rather drop those items instead of buying them. That's the difference. It's not about being mentally retarded. I'm just highlighting the fact that it's not the drops themselves that keep me in Cabal, because I can always get items, good items like endgame items. It's just that it's not what keeps me going. And because I'm playing.
Something about you.
And there's 11 people watching.
Something about you. Something about you. Something about you. Is it real or is it me? Tell me I'm not dreaming, I'm not crazy. Don't be shy, just one more time. Let me be the one to take you all the way. Maybe it's the way you move, you got that old school way about the things you do, baby. Maybe it's the way you move, you got that old school way. Something about you. Something about you. Something about you. Something about you. I'm not the kind to lose my mind, and everything you do has got me hazy. I can't say no, I'll never go. You're giving me a reason to keep dreaming. Maybe it's the way you move, you got that old school way about the things you do. Maybe it's the way you move, you got that old school way. Something about you. Something about you.
I love how everyone uses a 1-digit scale. You start your scale with the lowest value and then you somewhere on the chart put your value, but nobody uses a scale that starts at 0. They all use the lowest fucking scale ever. You know, 1 digit, 2 digits, 5. fucking marketing tricks. Because they zoom in on the scale just to show you the difference that they're interested in showing, instead of giving you the whole picture. Typical marketing.
It gets really strange going through Venice. There's a different attitude.
On a many a summer evening, found me searching for the fire. The elusive seed of childhood became my one desire.
There were places in the valley where they said that I could find it. There were rhythms in the distance in the ancient elder forest.
That is why I came to California.
It's the strangest groove that I have ever known.
All the youth seekers come to California, following the fountain in their mind.
San Francisco, catch a cable car to where your dreams go. There's a lot of make-believe.
San Diego, from LA you find out where your dreams flow.
From the hillside to the desert, following the map inside me, I can feel the road is leading to the treasure that will guide me.
There were places in the valley where they said that I could find it. There were rhythms in the distance in the ancient elder forest. That is why I came to California. It's the greatest thrill that I have ever known. All the youth seekers come to California, following the fountain in their mind, in their mind.
Oh, I'd like to walk the beach on Zuma, watching all those pretty girls. Venice, it gets really strange going through Venice. There's a different attitude.
Fuck, I forgot to close it.
time to move, let's groove on. Cause it's 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 time to move, let's groove on. Groove on, let's groove on. Cause it's time to move, 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 let's groove, 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 groove.
need to change the music. Just a second. Because I cannot focus on my grind. All this boomty 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 music is making me puke. I need some metal.
Let me in on all your secrets. No inhibition, no sin. How deep is your love?
Let me find some.
What devotion are you? How deep is
I'm gonna make them leave as soon as I put this on.
as if you wanted to die. It's so God say God. Love me in my brain. The air rise up in the air. Where's my right? Who the fuck are you? Fuck you. Better suck it up, cause you put it through. Better get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. Goodbye, a weapon of our time. The night is bright up this time. Everything is turning fast for me. My ears are running cold. The air is standing straight up. This is not the way I picture me. I can't control my shakes. How the hell did I get here? Something about this so very wrong. I have to laugh out loud. I wish I didn't like this. Is it a dream or a memory? I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down, clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. Get out of my head, 'cause I don't need this. Why didn't I say this? But I'm a pixel mention where you're gonna die. I am sin by just breaking my mind up and taking your breath away. I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down, clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down, clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. Goodbye. You haven't learned a thing. I haven't changed a thing. The fact was in my bones. The pain went always fine. You haven't learned a thing. I haven't changed a thing. The fact was in my bones. The pain was always fine. I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shadow, wait and bleed. I felt the air rise up in me. Kneel down and clear the stone of leaves. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shadow, wait and bleed. Otherwise for you. I tear my heart open. I sold myself. There's no money, there's no possessions, only obsession. I don't need that. Take my money, take my obsession. I just wanna be heard, loud and clear all my words, coming from within, man, tell them what you heard. It's about a revolution, in your heart and in your mind, to define
brightest hour of my darkest day.